Hey guys, hey, it's me, Jimmy Lou from the Messy Craft Corner. Come say hello, you guys. We're going to work a little bit, and I'm going to show you a couple of things, and we're going to hang out for a bit, and we're going to do some beadwork. Just pulling up my live on Facebook. Facebook. Some of you guys are getting here already. Say hello. You guys, we're going to work with some beads. I'm going to show you, I'm going to demonstrate the looping pliers. I'm going to demonstrate the jump rings. Because I had sent Bev a jump ring because she's been having trouble with her hands and all of the twisting and the turning and stuff of the jump rings. So I thought this would be a good time to do that, to show how it's done. All right, hang on. Here we go. Becky Smith is here. Hello, Margaret. Hello, Lisa Kidd. Hello to everyone who's getting here. We appreciate you all. Jennifer Nostrand. Hello. Hello, Anita Telcock. Some of you guys are new because I have not seen you on lives before, or your name is very new to me. So welcome. We're so glad so many of you are here. Right, Larry?
Yes.
Okay. So now that I have my live up, I can sit down here at the table. I'm just going to sit at the table and relax with you guys and see what we can get up to. See what kind of things we can make. All right, I have 2 bird books on the table that just have been finished, and I don't think I'm doing much with this. Come on, give me some comments. All right, hang on 1 second, you guys.
Hey, you can use my phone if you have to.
Well, I just need comments. I seen there were a few people commenting, so. Let's see if we can share it to a group.
Yes. Switch me, I'll take the computer, I can go do label.
Are you sure? All right, hang on, I'm just sharing something. We are
Just hit my weird chocolate bar.
bead making. Did you save me the box?
I have no idea, that's been a long time ago.
All right.
It's too hard to even break, it was in the refrigerator.
Goodness. Hello, Sue Regal. Hello, Capri Lee. I am not warm. I have a sweatshirt on today. Is Larry doing the laundry? Larry's drying his clothes.
Larry does laundry, I'm not
Larry,
great.
yeah. He's good at doing laundry. Okay.
I did it when I was single.
Here's the pirate ship. There we go. All right, Holly Ann is here. Okay, so what I wanted to do, and if you want this back, then when you're done, we just switch, is I want to make a beaded charm, a dangle. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do a tassel. One thing, let me tell you, I put the ribbon on this. I want to show you this because I wasn't thinking this one through very much, but see how this is coming off here? This should have came off down underneath, okay? So I wanted to show this to you. One of the ends have to come out through the bottom of the hole. See how I just untied it? I didn't really mean to do that. So it will work, but it has to come out through the hole in order for it to work, okay? So, because otherwise it just is going over the top of the opening. Nope, you didn't miss it. I told Bev I was going to show how to use the jump ring today, so we're going to do that. All right, so I'm just putting that underneath. So now whenever I bring this around and it's ready to go around, we're going around and I don't have that funny loop over the top. Can you guys see the difference? Elizabeth Garcia's here, Roberta Worthley, Deborah Campbell. How you feeling, Deborah? You're still in my prayers. Hi, Laura. Hi, honey. We got to see her today. We got to see her. I got to video chat with her. I got to see her. We got to do all the things with her today. So definitely be mindful of that. Hello, Larry. What's for supper? They think you cook. You can make a mean egg sandwich. Tell them what we had for supper, because I cooked a pretty good supper.
I'm chewing my candy.
I'm a little full from supper. He'll tell you in a second what we had. Okay, so I want to create some beads, some charms that are going to look really good on here, okay? I may or may not do a tassel. He does make a mean egg sandwich, doesn't he, Elizabeth? So I keep looking at this and I keep thinking, oh, it needs a flower. Oh, it needs this. Oh, it needs that. It actually doesn't. It actually is, like, pretty good. Can you guys see okay? I feel like, there, let me scooches over a bit. Hang on.
Well, we had chicken in the crock pot with stuffing. That's what we had.
We did.
Really
we had
good.
chicken and stovetop.
Some green beans, some snap beans that we actually canned.
Yes.
And they're excellent.
Yeah. Thank
And
you,
that was
Ruth.
enough. Half a chicken breast, that was a lot. Those chicken breasts were big.
Thanks, Molly. Okay, Elizabeth Garcia is saying, I was thinking about the egg sandwich that he made for me the other day.
Oh, I put ham on it and everything.
Yeah, he does
some
make a
sandwich
good
ham in
breakfast.
there. You get that and fry it a little bit.
Okay, so let's
cheese on there.
have a little talk about the pattern is just beautiful. You know, I know, right? We do have some of this green left. Venison tenderloin for dinner. That sounds good too.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
You saw my bad, Trisha. I was like, I got to step up the game with the whole seam binding thing because Bev has hers in this pretty glass dish, and mine's just in a heap of a bundle and so I went and put it in a basket. Okay, so beads. Always check your clearance at your Michaels, your Hobby Lobby, wherever, because you can find some pretty nice beads in the clearance section. So look at these. They're like a cream color. And they're really, really pretty. So I'm just going to give you a little lowdown on some things and where I get them and how I decide to purchase them. So I always check the clearance, and I usually can find at least one thing that will come home with me, okay? Then I buy jump rings in different places. Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and they come in little packs, okay? But the amount that goes out of here, it was a Longaberger basket. It was my mom's, yep. And before it was my mom's, it was my great aunt's. So, jump rings, I've been finding a really decent price on Temu. Okay, so both of these have come from Temu. These are all big ones. They're all, now somebody was asking me what size jump rings I use, and I don't know. These ones are 10 millimeter. So the big ones are 10 millimeter. I don't go bigger than that. And then these ones are a variety of sizes. So good luck with it. But when you purchase jump rings on Temu, check this out, you guys. They come, if you get this set, it comes with a jump ring. Okay? So this is what, we're going to show Bev how to use this today. Okay? So this has a variety of sizes of jump rings in it, okay? So there's this size, and I don't know how to tell what sizes are what, but they go all the way down to teeny. They go from big to teeny tiny. Best way for me to say it. So, So these are the sizes that come in this box. Homemade vegetable soup. Plantation stew because it has meat. Okay, well I make mine with mine with meat in it also.
Yeah, we like to put some hamburger in it.
Yeah.
Fry it ahead of
I make
time.
little mini
Like
meatballs.
Mini meatballs.
Larry's grandma taught me that like years and years ago. She was like, mini meatballs. Okay. Then these bead box sets I buy when they're on sale at my Michaels or my Hobby Lobby. Now, lately they haven't been on sale at Michaels, and I don't know what Michaels' problem is, but Hobby Lobby offers them in different sizes too. And I like these pearly color beads in the variety packs because then, you know, you can do a whole lot of different combos with all of these pretties. And I'm really loving this green. In particularly, that green is standing out to me. So I brought these out. So we're just having a little talk about where I get things and how I store them for right now, and then we're going to do some beadwork. So then I have, these are my charm boxes. These right now are on clearance at my Michaels, they're still asking $10 for them. So I think only $5 off on a clearance item is a little pricey. When I got mine, I had coupons. Okay, back when they did coupons. See my little note? So here's different charms and stuff, right? I know I'm using this one. There's some birds in here that are going to get used in this book. I have some butterflies and there's one of these has flowers. There are feathers. I think we can definitely add feathers to this since it's a bird book. Okay, so that's those. I have 2 of them and I have them separated. Okay, so like these are food items, these are kitty cats, these are doggies. This is like royal stuff like crowns and different things.
All my stuff is
magic
over here
wands.
I was working over here.
And then there's leaves, trees, music stuff, more music stuff. So I do separate them by category, okay? If I learn, well... Okay, and then I have these kind of embroidery floss boxes. Okay, so these are all of my tassels when I get a bulk order of tassels, because every bead kit that I sell gets a tassel in it. So whenever I get these, I separate them by color. Okay, so like you can see there's like several different browns in here. There's a couple different yellows. So if I went to 1 per color, I would have like 2 things in each hole, and I'd have 12 boxes. Okay, so we got time for that no more. All right, and then the other one I keep my pins. Okay, these are my loop pins, and then I usually transfer my jump rings into these sections here, so that way whenever we're doing kits we can scoop and in. Okay, so Tammy's Country Clutter Crafting is here. Okay, and then my biggest thing that I keep my beads in are these containers here, okay? They look like a fishing tackle box. Now, I get them, you can find them at your Walmart, but Hobby Lobby also carries them, and these are great because the top opens up and it has storage. So you could store whatever it is that you like up there. There's some charms, some angels, just some different things, okay? That section's usually a mess. And then I have this section down here that has these. So whenever you come to one of my in-person events and we have a dangle bar, these all get taken out and opened up so that whoever's coming through, they can just pick out what beads they want. So like this one here is like Christmassy things. There's some really pretty green ones in there. So we're gonna make some things. All right. Also, let's talk tools. Let's have a tool talk.
Tool talk.
I know Shauna does tool talk on Tuesdays on her page.
Tuesday.
But I don't. Yeah, but I don't know if she has done a. I think she's done a tool talk on like bead tools. I'm not sure. Okay, mine are such a mess, you guys. They all get just chucked in here. So I have a couple different types of tools and pliers and things like that. Okay. And all right. So here's what we have. Okay. Regular pliers for cutting and regular pliers for cutting. These are the ones I keep in here. These ones I keep on my desk in the room in there, okay? So it doesn't matter which kind, but you will need, you have one of those bead containers and you love it. Hello, Betty Jones, how are you? So it doesn't matter what you have, you just need these. And what do you need them for? If you're gonna cut a piece of chain, and we're gonna cut a piece for our book today, it doesn't matter which ones. These ones seem to work better on this heavier chain. Did that fly over there?
What was that? Something flew.
All I did was clip this, and I didn't even think I clipped it hard. Okay?
Trying to take me out.
I'm sorry. But my chain I get in different, like here's this is kind of smaller, this is more silvery, all the pretty things, right? Saying something about my bead bar. Jimmy Lou's bead bar was so much fun at the retreat. It was so much fun. Okay, so there's my piece of chain that I'm going to use for this. Okay, so then different types of pliers, okay? So these are loop pliers. You're going to get to see these in action today. They cut and loop the pins, okay? So let me tell you, if you purchase a bead kit from me, there'll be some on Friday you can purchase. Your name goes in for a drawing to win a brand new pair of these looping pliers, okay? So the kind I buy are 1.5. That means what size your loop is whenever you squeeze it, okay? And then these are like needle nose, but they're rounded, okay? So, and they each are different. I mean, you can see they're different a little bit in size, long-wise. These ones have kind of a skinnier tip. And these ones are from Beads Landing. So that comes from Michael's. You can pick them up anywhere that sells beadwork stuff. You can pick them up, okay? And then I have my regular, I call them stubby nose pliers. These are what I use for twisting, okay? Now, I use 2 pair of pliers to twist my jump rings open and closed. But today we're going to use the jump ring, okay? So it doesn't actually fit on any of my fingers, but it's meant to be worn like this. Now, you can pick these up at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any of those places, okay? So, yes, here we go. Who's ready? I am ready, ready, ready. So I'm making something that's going to match my book that we just worked on and just got all nice, and we're happy about it. All of the things. You know, they make those containers in a bigger one, too. You'll also have grommet setters. Grommet setters. I do. Yeah, so tell me in the comments who uses a jump ring. Well, now you're going to get to see how to use it, Margie. Okay. So what you want to do is just start by putting beads onto something. So whatever you think is going to look good, you can add. Okay, let me just clear space here. Okay. And we're going to just get some pretties. You have a ring? Who else has a ring? And just, you're going to say, I just don't know how to use it, Jimmy Lou. Okay. I'm looking for it. Here we go. I was like, I can't find my box with all the green in it. So I do separate by colors. By the end of a thing when we are doing a bead bar, they usually are pretty mess, and we have to...
Nice bag.
What's a nice bag?
That bag you have stuff.
I know. I got some new ones. So, okay. So here we go. We're just going to start to build. Now listen, my eyes are not really wanting to see. So however you bead, whatever kind of beads you want to put onto things, that's what you do, okay? So hang on, I got one too many in my fingers there. Oh my goodness, things are my hands are like really slippery today. Like I had something.
Slip sliding away.
Everything's sliding right out of my hands, Larry. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 1, 2, and 3, just like so. Okay.
You got the whole thing going on here. All these beads out.
I know. Why mess around,
Can I
right?
name you the bead
You can.
queen instead of bee queen? Bead queen.
I do have an eyelet setter. Okay, I was like a grommet setter. I'm not sure what she means, but yes, I do have a. It's in the other room, but I do have it. Okay, so if you can see this, there is this little tiny hole in the back of this thing. Okay. Now, your instinct is to do this, and that is not correct, okay? The right way to do it is to go in from this direction and out the hole, taking your beads as close up to there as you can go. These ones here, these are Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure where all of them come from because I get them in so many different places. I honestly, I can't tell you.
She makes me take her to get all of them, too.
Okay, so then you squeeze. Now I'm going to do it really slow so you can see it. All right, don't shake the table.
Ooh.
The camera's jiggling. Okay, so you squeeze, it cuts. Did you see it cut it? And then keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing till it brings it all the way back around. Right? It's a lot easier than cutting it and
it puts a loop on it. Okay.
Yep.
That's why it's thus the looping pliers.
It's easier than taking these and having to round them, okay?
Now I know how to do it.
But then what I do is I take these needle noses, okay, and I just twist this a little bit back on itself. So then that way, it doesn't, whatever's connected, the jump ring won't come apart, okay? So let's do another one. So who does beadwork? Who likes, this is relaxing to you, you get all the stuff out, and you really like it, and it's your thing. All right, so I'm putting one of those on, and one of these on. And that's all I'm putting on there, okay? So some people take the looping pliers then, and they make loop pins out of the excess. I don't, but you could. So just a squeeze, it cuts it, and go all the way around, okay? Who has looping pliers and you like them? Your looping pliers are supposed to get delivered on Friday. Yay! I love making bead dangles. You dangle everything, Carrie Hall. Okay, so we're just going to take this one. Now, some things I pull it over here so that I can see, but I promise you that I will always bring it back into the camera and tell you what I did or what I'm doing. So I'm just putting these on there and just pulling that around so that way it pulls it nice and tight. Okay, Bev, you need to get them out of their container and you need to try them. Okay? All right, so there's my two pieces. Now, how do I put those together? A jump ring. This is where your jump rings come in handy. Okay, and your jump ring. Now, I can't promise you that every time I'm going to use the jump ring because I'm going to forget about it. But here's how you do this. So you get your jump ring, and then you use your old lady eyes, and you find exactly where it goes together. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what you do is you slip this into the notch. Okay. Everybody can see okay? And then what you do is you just twist. Okay? I didn't have a good grip on them. You just twist and it opens up your jump ring. Okay? Then you take your whatever and you loop them together. Just put them together. Then you take your jump ring, you put it back in its little slot and you twist it back, and that's it. You don't need that second pair of whatever. And then you've got part of a dangle ready to go. Sherry Comer said she has looping pliers, but they're in a box somewhere in her messy craft corner.
So she's a messy craft corner too. Oh.
Yeah, Bev, that's what I thought too. When I used it the first time, I was like, well, now why didn't I think of that? One of those things my brother and I and Larry and my brother's wife were talking yesterday about, like, things you think you wish you had invented. I'm going to be like, yep, be honest with you. Now, it doesn't fit on you, okay? Like, it literally just... Sherry Comer, I buy them everywhere. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Amazon. Sometimes I find them at flea markets and thrift stores, but not too often. I'm not too lucky at thrift stores and flea markets with beads. Okay. I'm going to grab one of these small light green ones, and we're going to make a little something else to go on to something here. Okay, let's do that. Open this up. I don't buy beads from Temu. Every time I bought beads from Temu, Tammy's Crafty Cruncher, Tammy, Every time I bought beads at Temu, they come and they're very plastic and cheap looking. So, yep, the pins that I'm using are called loop pins. They also have ones that are flat that look like an actual pin, like a flathead pin for sewing. And those are just called, I don't know what they're called. I do have them. I hardly ever use them though. I like too many charm things hanging off of my stuff. All right, so look at these ones. These ones are like a square bead. And we got we're gonna do this. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and a little shiny one in the center. Okay. So these are the standard size loop pins. Oh, the jump rings? The jumping ring? I don't know. Exactly how I'm doing this, Sherry, is how you would make a glue pin charm. Except for you want a stainless steel pin for it to go in, otherwise it will get rusty. Okay, so sometimes I buy these long ones. Now I don't buy them too often. With me or with you? They do come in different lengths. This is a long one, and this is the size I typically use. Okay, but we're going to use a long one today, and we're going to fill her up. Okay. So we got one, we've got that square bead, we've got that shiny bead, put a little bling-a-ding-ding on there, another square, another one of these, and I could have just kept on going. Now, I could have gotten them onto the regular size, but then it doesn't give me enough space to get it into the looping pliers, okay? So then you take your piece through the opening of the looping pliers and out the little hole, as far in as your bead will let you go. You can actually cut a bead, okay? I've done it by accident. So just be careful how far in you go. But you want it nice and tight because you don't want it like up and down, flopping around and all that good stuff. So, okay, so we're just putting that together, and now we have that. So we can make this as a one kind of long piece, just like so is how I'm going to do it. Okay, get me a jump ring. See this, I'm always taking it off and laying it down. Okay, so then you will just want to take your jump ring, put it into the little slot. Okay, I think you can see this. I'm having a hard time seeing it myself. Just like so. Margie, I get them at Michael's. Okay, and then twist. Pops it open. Then whatever you need to put on there before you close it up. So one. Oops. Get it in the hole, Jimmy Lou. And then take it, put it back into the ring, and twist it closed. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, you guys. All right, and then if you just want to put something on the bottom of this. So remember I said I have birds and bird houses and all the things in this box right here. So we've got a bird house, we've got a hummingbird, we have this open bird. Hang on, Jimmy Lou has to see. I don't think there is a name on them. There's no name on them. They just come from Michael's. So I don't know who makes them. So just a bunch of different birds and birdhouse charms. Put those up there. And we're just going to put something, I don't know. I think I like this one on there. So how do you attach that? Again, with the jump rings. Okay. always, and I do mean always, close up your jump rings, because otherwise you can spill them all over the floor. Alright, so if you don't have a jump ring, you can use 2 pair of pliers to twist it. Some of them are, thank you, Debbie. Some of them are really made kind of cheap jump rings. I don't tend to buy the cheaper ones because they can come apart on your books and stuff. So just slip your thing in there, twist it, it opens it up. Put your beads and stuff on there. Just like so. Put them back into that little slot and twist it closed. And now we have a charm that we can add to this, that we can add to our book. Yeah. Go ahead, you can take a screenshot. If you purchase a set of beads, your name goes in for a drawing, and you could possibly win a set from me. On February 1st, we'll be picking a winner. Beadsmith makes them. I don't know who makes them, to be honest with you. If they want to sponsor me, though, I'll take a sponsorship. Because I really am a huge fan of it. It really made... I didn't like beadworking before I did them, before I got them. Now I don't mind it as much. So, okay. So let me get another ring.
I call you the bead queen.
The bead queen. The bean queen, right? Okay. Now I'm just going to do the same thing with the jump ring. I'm going to open it up. Like so. Take my beaded piece and put it on here. Whoops. Try to anyways. It's twisting on me. There we go. And then I just attach it to the chain. So wherever on the chain you think you want it to go, just attach it and then twist your thing shut. Just like that. Then this whole chain piece that I have there is going to hang on my book. We're going to hang it as a tassel, oops, along the edge of the book over here. Okay? So who wants to do some more? So I'm going to use some green, and I'm going to use some, I don't know, I have some tan, some like beige here that I think I want to use also, just because. Okay? So we've got a teeny weeny, because you don't want it to all be the same. A one-step loopers, a looping pliers. They're called so many different things. I'm not even kidding you. This is like cracked glass beads, and these are fun to use. Okay, so I put one of those sparkly tan ones, one of those cracked glass, a bigger sparkly tan one. See if I can find another cracked glass one. And then another smaller of these. I should still be able to get that in my looping pliers. So see how pretty that is? So whatever you think is pretty, let Larry know. I'm sorry I missed you both last night. I was looking forward to hearing you both sing. We didn't play.
Henry, correct?
Yes.
No, we didn't.
We didn't play last night.
I forgot about it.
So...
You're on there.
There we go. We're going to just
thought of it later,
squeeze. Anybody know the Steelers score? Anybody watching?
I remember it while you were doing it, though.
Okay, so there we go there. And again, I just take my little needle nose, I put them in there, and I twist it. So that way it kind of brings it back on itself a little bit so that it touches and stuff isn't going to fall off of it. Okay, here we go. Who's ready to do another one?
I thought about playing guitar while you were
So
on
there's,
there,
oh, yeah.
but sometimes it's difficult to play because Facebook doesn't like you playing
Yeah.
songs, so I just kind of let it go.
Steelers are losing? Oh, get out of town. The Bills 21, Steelers nothing.
Oh, really?
Okay, and I gotta tell you, the Steelers, I think, were favored to win. At least Spill My Soda guy at the pizza shop said the Steelers were going to win. Maybe he's just a big Steelers fan and he was hopeful. I don't know. Oh, good gravy. Okay.
Really? You like gravy?
I do. So see how I'm just kind of mixing it up, you guys. So see how I did that there? Oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to bump my table. This stand really jiggles on my table. It doesn't in my craft room.
I think the table just jiggles a lot.
I think this one does, yeah. And then just put your piece in there, give it a squeeze, and just keep on squeezing, and it brings that loop right back on around. The Cowgirls were slated to win last night. The Cowgirls? Did you mean to call them the Cowgirls? Oh, I think that was a joke. I think she didn't really mean to call them the Cowgirls. Okay. Hang on. I'm having a little trouble with this one wanting to like fold back on itself. There we go. All right, so now we have two. Look at that. We can just two like that. So what I do when I'm looking is I really don't want it much longer than this one. So I look when I put it on because I don't want it, if I put it down here, it's going to be all the same. So I want them to be different, like levels, layers, all those things, okay? The Cowgirls are your team? To put on your scissors? Oh, I don't think I would like dangles on my scissors. Okay, yeah, she has a tassel of the month. If you go to her page, you can see exactly what she's talking about. And her tassel of the month does sort of coincide with what I'm doing in the journal of the month. There's Cynthia, who designs the kits that we use for journal of the month. And we're getting a full kit this month. They're going to get printables to put in their books, but they're also going to get some other fun stuff. They're going to get printed printables, but they'll have access to other things. Okay, so there's my jump ring put together. And then whatever I want to put there. So if I put the birdhouse on there and we go up high, the birdhouse is going to come right about the center of this. Now, I sometimes end up not using all of the chain I cut off. There's no rhyme or reason. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, it is cold up north. It's cold down south. I saw Texas had snow. Who's in Texas and can be like, I know, right? We had snow? Exactly. Okay. So we're making a dangle for my bird book, is what we're doing. And then I also want to use a tassel. So we're going to be using a tassel. Don't be afraid to mix metals. I'm not. You shouldn't be either. Because I think they're pretty. All of the metals are pretty. Okay, so they're pretty. Pretty, pretty.
I'm not trying to avoid everyone.
Oh yeah, we're all just joking about the cowboys and the cowgirls. No, I'm saying that on the live, because I know no one would purposely say something to hurt someone else's feelings. Plus, it's sports. You're supposed to talk a little smack every now and again, right? Jane Bartholomew, all month, if you purchase a bead kit, your name goes in the drawing for the looping pliers. Okay, so if you, yeah, I'm not offended. If you make a purchase, yeah, we're not crying about it. If you make a purchase of bead kits from me, then your name goes in for the drawing. So.
Does their name go in for each bead kit? So if they purchase,
yes, you are.
Their name in twice?
Yep, you are correct. If they buy 10 bead kits, they get 10 chances.
Cool.
I'm just saying. And if anybody wants to know the colors that I have, what is that tool called you use to... Oh, looping pliers. Yeah, they make the loops. Okay, so... Oh, I need to put... That's why I picked this ring back up. I have a little bit of a headache today, you guys. I'm not sure why. I didn't have one. 18 degrees in Texas. In Texas, Larry.
Ooh.
All right, so you put your little loop down in through your slots, twist. Now, how many of you are going to go get your looping ring or your jump ring, and you're going to give this a go? You're just going to be like, I'm going to try it. I'm going to go get them. Got some beads out, all ready to go. Put that in there and twist it back. All right, so there's my birdhouse on there.
Cowboys have their burrs on rather than have their spurs on.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do think you're right a little bit there. Okay.
Texas is a great state.
You mean 2-bit 10-horn Texas?
Well,
I'm quoting a movie. That's a movie. No one get excited, okay? Just a little movie fun. Okay. These are fun to use, you guys. I have some, look at these butterflies. And they're all different kinds. So I'm gonna get out like 3 of them. Okay, and then we're gonna have some butterflies on here because butterflies, birds, all of that.
We should watch that movie, you know.
Okay, yeah, Cynthia is asking if anyone needs prayer for anything. She has Monday night prayer with, I think, her church or her prayer group. And if you have prayer need, message Cynthia. There are some crafters on here that you can definitely call on for prayers. Cynthia is one of them. Dina and Kenny also. Beverly, myself. Anytime. If you have a need, you can always private message any of those. You can't see comments, Patsy. Try going out and coming back in. That sometimes helps. So, you can absolutely always ask for prayer. What do you need?
The address for.
Oh, yeah. I can't give it to you either, because.
I know. It's okay. I'm just going to print out the ones I have.
Okay. All right, so we're going to do some of these kind of like greenish color beads. These are fun. These are some of my... I like getting these sparkly ones. And I know that these came from Michael's because I got them on the clearance. Okay? And then I'm just going to put a spacer. Okay? And I'm going to put a smaller one of these. I'm going to try if I can get one out. Okay. Then what I'm putting is I'm putting on a butterfly. See? Now I'm going with a smaller one again.
I like doing
at the
shipping.
top of that butterfly. Do you now?
I do. I like doing the computer.
Okay, and there's one of those silver ones. And then I'm going to loop it. We're going to loop it up. All right. So put that in there.
Everybody likes
Give this around. How do I order from you? Who's asking? Susan. If you say in here what you like, I can write it down, and then you got to send me a private message though, so that way I can get your information for PayPal.
Isn't there a satisfaction about putting a sticker on? Who
Well, I
likes
thought you
putting
were saying
stickers on? I love it.
satisfaction. My bird book is not sold yet. I am going to auction my bird book. I think, in fairness, I have 2 bird books, the tall and skinny and the short and stubby, and I think I want to auction it because I think it's kind of the best way to do it. Okay? On Friday. We'll be doing that on Friday. Okay, so here's this one. So here's my long one. I didn't attach this one yet. Okay? Then this one here is going to go kind of over here. And I'm going to do a second one. Okay? And the second one, we're going to put 2 butterflies on. Hold on, I can't get the little ones out. Okay, so there's a small one. And here's a kind of medium-sized butterfly. Give me a second. another like mini one, and then here comes another little butterfly. See that? So that way when that's on there, it's going to be just like so. Right? Those butterflies spin. I know, I feel like it's St. Patrick's Day, but not quite yet. With all this green, all this green. All right, and then we're going to put on the tassel. Somewhere here we're going to put on a tassel. All right, so we're just going to squeeze that up, twist it around, put it into its place, give it a squeeze.
Give it a squeeze, please.
You do not put it in the hole alongside of the handle. I don't. The video that I watched on how to do it, it showed putting it in through the opening on the side and coming out through the hole. Because then you can get a junk journaling is your new thing. Awesome, Susan. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you found us. I'm not sure how you found us, but I'm glad that you're here. Emerald City, right? Okay, so we're going to do this, and I don't think I'm adding this on here because I think I want this to be more over on this side. Okay, but these are going to go here. This one's going to go, we're going to go with this one at the top. We're going to put this one here, and I'm going to get, I have some butterflies, and I think we're going to use a butterfly. Yeah, it just cuts it. It doesn't loop it. Okay, so put in your slot, twist. Put your pieces together like so. Making sure my butterflies are the right way. Twist it back together. There we go. So now we got birds and butterflies all hanging out, living together in harmony. They better be. I don't know. The birds might be eating the butterflies. It depends. Okay, so I have some butterfly charms. Dragonflies. How about a dragonfly? The dragonfly is green. But I do just have some plain butterflies. Hi, Vonna.
I'm just here making noise.
Oh, you're doing
How am I
fine.
doing?
You're good. Vonna says, hello, Larry and Jimmy Doo.
Hello, Vonna. How are you? Hope you're well.
Where are the bees? I don't think I have any bees. All right, I am just opening a jump ring because what I'm going to do is right in the center here, we're going to put one of these butterflies. I'm going to try to anyhow. Okay, so I just put it on the little loop. And then on the loop ring that's there, we're just going to put it. So that way, it just gives that little extra. It just gives a little extra. Okay.
Oh, Vonna said she's good. Oh, good.
Hi, Jill. Yeah, if you put exclamation point notify, Facebook will tell you when I'm live, or should.
Susan Phillips said, I watch. You're doing lots of different things. I watch for a long time, usually silent. Well, that's okay. You don't have to say anything, but you could if you like. We like to hear comments.
Okay, so here's my little dragonfly piece then, and we're going to put this at the bottom. Watching over my
Tracy
shoulder.
Watson. Hi, Tracy Watson.
How's Tracy Watson doing?
Hope
We're
you're
glad
doing
you're
well.
here. Okay, so here's my piece then. We got butterflies, we've got birds, and that's going to attach
It's looking dangly,
there.
you know that.
It's looking very dangly. Okay, so let me get these all on here. And then I got to go grab something from my room. Where are my, I just had those. Hey, Lisa Fox is watching. Hello, Lisa
Hi,
Fox.
Lisa Fox. Tell Dave Larry said hi.
All right, so I'm just using my ring, putting my thing in the slot and twisting. Okay. I know, like, sometimes people with, like, trouble with their hands, it's hard to use the two.
I'm trying, I can't see it.
I'm having is the lighting bad in here today or
very
something?
cold in Utah, Tracy. Yes, it is. It's cold here too.
All right, so I'm putting this on, but I'm going about 2 or 3 down from the top, and then twisting it on. Okay.
I was watching your Christmas video again today. Oh, thank you, Christina and Martin.
So see, we've got some pretty danglies. Okay, so I definitely have a lot more chain.
Tammy Duke Troutman.
I definitely have a lot more chain than I need, so we're going to trim some of it off. Now, I don't take it all off because whoever gets it might want to add something extra to it. Ouch!
As long as we don't step in those things in the middle of the night somewhere with bare feet, that would not be good.
So I leave a couple extra at the bottom for whoever gets it. They might want to add something extra onto it. Okay. Twist.
Judy Autry Moore. Love the green beads. Yeah, they are nice green beads.
All right, and I'm
they
going
go with the green.
I'm going kind of in between the two here.
The covers that we have over there.
That's the cover is there. I have stuff sitting on top of
What
it.
do you do?
This is for the bird book.
Should I show it a little bit for a quickie?
You can, just don't knock anything on the floor. I'm going to go get my...
There's the green cover.
You're really hard.
Yes, well, I'm not used to it.
Oh, we have 88 friends here.
That's pretty cool. You can see that. Look at that button she put in the center there. That's a big button.
That
Big
is-
button, baby.
And it's a shell. Remember that older lady I bought all those things off of?
I do.
That's where I got that from.
Yeah, the green beads really go well with the quote pieces we have.
Now, you can do a lobster claw and attach it to the top if you want to. I am actually, oh, it just was how it's all tied together. I'm just going to use a bulb pin to attach mine. Okay, so they call it a bulb pin because it looks like a bulb, like a light bulb. And then I just go to that very top ring on my chain and I hook it. Okay, now
Teeny's in the hospital, it says there. Oh, sorry to hear that Teeny's in there. Always prayers, yes, for everyone.
$21.0. I think I need another of those green fabric pieces. Yeah, message me. I don't know. Did you already make her label for Carrie Hall?
I think I did, honey. I guess I did.
That's okay. We'll just take care of her. Okay, that's a very good, legitimate question. The question is this, Larry. How do the two of you work together all the time? She doesn't know if she could handle it. She doesn't know if she could honestly work.
Well, sometimes I want to set her on fire. But...
No, he doesn't. Careful what you say. You'll get me in trouble.
No, we get along really good. Every now and then we have a little bit of a disagreement.
Everybody has disagreements. That's
we've worked
for sure.
together with 3 kids and traveling across country with one screaming in the back seat. And we did pretty good, but
yeah, I mean, we
take breaks from each other.
We
Like,
do.
You'll go off somewhere.
Like
or I'll
tomorrow.
Go off somewhere.
We're not going to see each other tomorrow. Pretty much tomorrow.
I was quoting a movie, by the way.
The
when I said that.
Steelers scored. Whoop whoo!
No, tomorrow you'll be off, and I will be.
I
going
will be.
To
I'll
take
be
the
off
mailing
tomorrow.
over, so we'll be going different directions. But
Okay, so we're going to make another one that... Okay, hang on a second. I think I put that on the wrong end. I did.
she said she'll wait for the sale on Friday. Carrie came home.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
if
we'll
you
shoot that out there.
want a piece, though, message me and I'll put a piece aside for you. And then I can put it on your invoice on Friday. That's the Steelers score now.
Oh, well, at least they have some kind of. They're not 0 anymore.
At least you're not a 0
Hope
anymore.
they do pretty good, Kenny. I know you're probably you may watch this.
He's
later
not
or
watching
something.
us. He's watching him.
He's watching the game.
him. Look at these ones. These are definitely.
Probably some kind of
Can
good.
you put my book back up here
Some
where
kind
I
of
had
good.
it?
No, it wasn't up there. It was down
Okay,
there.
can you put my book up here?
There you go,
I want to make
sweetheart.
sure that's not going to match. Would have been good, but it's these here are kind of fun. So see how it has a hole at the top up here? So you can't really put them on here. I mean, you could, but these make great at the bottoms.
Thanks, Nicole. It is starting to look good. You're right.
I
Looks like a
think
good
so.
angle there.
I think so. I like this too. This is kind of like, I don't know what these are. These are a glass bead though. I can feel it.
And for those of you who are coming to Kentucky to the Barron River Lake
Yay!
resort. We're going to have the dangle bar there also. It's going to be a good time.
Yes, it will be. We're going to have fun.
I know the dangle bar was really a hit last time. There were a lot of people.
Woo.
They just kept coming up.
Okay, so she's asking if I have a favorite chain. I don't really. I just use whatever chains that I can find on sale or on clearance. 4 foot of snow in Buffalo. Whew. We're supposed to get snow
Keep
overnight
it up there.
tonight.
We don't want it down here.
You know, we're supposed to get some tonight, so.
Oh,
All right, so we're going to do
tractor's
this
ready. It'll handle it.
like that, okay? And then I'm going to do another one like that. These remind me of like a macaroni noodle. I don't know why. It just does. Who? Ganilla.
Ganilla, have a good night.
Miss Sweden. Miss Sweden.
Well, have a good night there.
Is she going to bed?
That's what she said, huh?
Molly, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. Because even if you don't do a lot of junk journaling, these can still be fun to do. Okay, ooh, it's a tight one, you guys, but we're going to make it work. I didn't have to cut it, but it looped it.
Have fun, Carol King Hall said.
Yeah, you will be addicted. These are a lot of fun to make.
Southern Ohio. School's already canceled. Oh boy, Dottie. That's something there. Well, it's one of those things I used to have to worry about the school and cleaning it up, but I don't work there anymore, so.
Okay, so we're going to attach this one like so. Okay, and then we're going to put a couple of charms down through the chain. You got school canceled there as well. They haven't, I don't know. I don't think they've canceled anything here yet. I was laughing though,
let me go take a look.
because Lizzie from Not Today, she had a picture of her daughter was, they don't have a sled, they were using a plastic table. And I had to laugh because she was like, oh, we have all this snow in Texas. And I was like, that's a dusting. I would drive in that. That wouldn't even bother me. But I get, like, down south, you guys aren't used to that. But
I used to love driving in the snow when I was young. We'd go out just to
makes
go
me nervous
cruising in it.
now. We have a delay as of now. I worked hard with e-learning today. Yeah. Where are you? You're from Norristown, Pennsylvania? I don't know.
Oh.
How far is Norristown from where we are?
Don't really know.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably not.
Woo.
I mean, I've heard of it. It's probably like an hour and 15 minutes, as a guess.
All right. So now all of my pieces are on there. We're going to attach this. Look at all those fun things happening on there. Lots of fun stuff happening. Okay.
Oh, that's nice, Sherry.
Oh, that's fun. I bet. And you know what? These kind of beads here, like, you can make these into bookmarkers, too. On the top of, just get, like, a tag and create... Oh, jeez, these keep slipping, you guys. All right, so we're going to attach this one now. And I'm going a little closer to the top up here. But I'm making sure that I'm staggering it, okay? Woo! Come on. Alright, so I have 2 bird charms laying here. So I wanted to show you, and 2 pins. Look at that. It just worked out good. We're going to put 2 together here, alright? And then we're going to get this wrapped up. Now, I don't just clip them onto my chain. You can. You can just get the little jump rings, and you can just jump ring them on there, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to do that, okay? So what I like to do is I like to take a pin. I like to put something on the pin, okay? Like just one piece, okay? So that it's going to be kind of like a filler. And then we're going to loop it. If I can get it on there. Okay, then we loop it. Right, so that's going to be one. Let's do this one. That's another kind of sparkly one. Halftime, 7:21. Okay, well, it's a good game yet then.
Yeah, they could still catch up. We'll see.
You put dangles in everyone's AirPod cases. Oh, that's a good idea, to put them in your AirPod case. All right, or on them. All right, so just like that, I'm just looping just one bead, okay? And that's so that way these...
Can I take a look at the loop here it put on it?
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it. Oh, nice.
You want to do this, don't you?
I'm just kind of seeing the loop that's
You
on
can
it.
pull up a chair and you can...
Nope,
you're
just
bumping my
looking.
fingers. You bumping my fingers.
Tried my best.
Okay, so now I got my ring, I got my bead, and I got my charm. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Push that back
Look at
together.
that special ring you have on here to do that. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't typically use it. I'm only doing it because I told them I would show them how to use it. I use 2 pair of pliers. I've learned so much from you. Oh, good. Yes, I know I can make a loop without using the looping pliers, but I gotta tell you, it to me is a lot of work. I love the looping pliers. If you have a coupon, invest in them. It changes the game, okay? I did say at the beginning that you could use the needle nose pliers to make your loops, but to me, with my hands, like my hands are getting tired from doing this, and my eyes are not that good, and my loops are always look like eggs. They don't look nice and finished off.
A nice loop that makes.
It makes a beautiful loop.
Look
It
how
really
dirty I got
does.
my hands.
Oh, jeez.
You can see it.
Okay, so we're gonna put
really
this
can't
in.
see
Yeah, and you're standing in my light, son. So, all right. So we're gonna add some of these little charms, like this. So there's one.
It's just a tool that makes it a little.
It makes life a little bit easier.
You can certainly do it with the other
Absolutely.
pliers,
I just choose not to. Oh, yeah. I know you can do a loop on the looping pliers. I know you can do it like this.
Oh, is that what you said? Okay.
Yeah.
Without cutting it, so you can have an extension on it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can just do this. You can just...
Oh, okay.
And then you can make more of the pins yourself.
Okay. That's what she was trying to
Yes.
say. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
now
Jill.
I
That's
understand.
Nice.
That is
That
nice.
was a good tip.
I did know that. I did know that. I did know that.
You noted it.
I noted it. I noted it. I knew it. Okay, so there's my little pin, or my little bead. This one's a hummingbird, you guys. All right, and there we go there. Now let me get this my last piece here. Twist that.
You can
We're
all
gonna
stop in for a cup of coffee.
We're gonna take this one, and we're gonna find an empty place.
Can't they all stop in for a cup?
They can stop if they like. And wherever you want it to go, just put it on, close up that loop. Okay. Good. I'm glad we all understand each other now. Where's my... Okay, so here's my little pin. Here's all of my... Look at how beautiful my charms are and stuff. Okay, I have one last thing to show you with these. Let's close some things up so they don't go zoom-a-dooming everywhere. And that is, I have these, ooh, they're called ribbon clamps. And these are fun to work with too. Let me just quickly grab a piece of lace that I had used in this book because I want to add something to the outside piece there. Let me grab something. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Keep Larry company while he's making his coffee.
I'm making coffee. Yes, I am. We had a water bottle kind of like this out in the truck. And we went and used the truck to go out to my daughter's house, which is like 5 miles away now. And the water now, I'll show you, this is what it looks like. You can see it's totally ice. And it's starting to thaw since it's in the house, but it's really cold out there.
Okay, here we go, you guys.
That's why I'm having hot coffee.
Put this up there. Actually, toss that in that box. There we go. Okay.
Put the heat up back there, Jimmy.
We can add some beads here if we want. All right, and we're going to cut this off. So there's a nice length of pearl. And what I just do with these is I off layer it, and I get a jump ring. Oh, there's 3 of them stuck together. And I use the bigger jump ring for this. I took that jump ring off. Okay. And then I just take a jump ring and I go around the edge there. Now, when it's squeezed together, it's most likely not gonna pull through. Let me get a smaller one. Hold on. We'll still use that one. Let's go one smaller. Okay. So just offset the length. Right. Then we're going to take this. Get my pliers. Back to using 2 pair of pliers. You're gonna squeeze this together, and then that ring should not move over top of your piece there. Then take your jump ring piece and go through that jump ring. If you can. It's moving all over on me. All right, and then just close that back up. Okay, now set that there to the side. Woo. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze that together a little bit, you guys. Okay, is I have a piece from the lace. Remember, I was tearing this off of the lace. So we're going to grab a hunk of this. And then I have a piece of lace. And we're going to put these 2 together. And I'm going to grab a piece of seam binding off the edge here. Okay, and we're just going to do this. So I kind of like crisscross. Okay, so some is on each side. Now this here is called a ribbon clip. Okay, can you guys see that? It's got teeth and all of the things. I'm going to put my fabric stuff underneath there, like so. Then I'm going to use my flat pliers and I'm going to squeeze them. I'm going to squeeze it really tight. You need it tight, tight, tight. Okay. Then we have this as, it's kind of like a cheap tassel. Okay. A cheapskate tassel. And then we're going to attach these 3 things right here onto our jump ring. I mean our bulb pin. Just like so. And then look, it just adds that little bit of glitz and glamour to it. Okay, bring our book over. Who's new? Somebody's new. I missed it. Did you catch it?
I didn't.
Your own little tassels. Oh, Bev. Yeah, Bev makes the tassels. Yes, that's correct. All right, so right onto the fabric piece. We're just going to push this through. Right.
Wow. 35 below? Ooh,
who's got nasty. 35 below?
Here.
That's awful.
Pat McKinney.
Oh, Miss Pat. Are you in Iowa? She's not in Iowa.
Yeah, Hugs from Iowa.
Ooh, that's cold in Iowa.
35 below, 0.
And then look at, now we have all of those pretties.
It's not that cold here, but it's cold.
I'm taking this last piece. This was on that lace. And we're just going to go through this bulb pin. My eyes are really bad tonight. Okay, so right through that
coffee's done.
Bulb pin. And I'm going to tie this in a bow. Because it just gives us that little extra something happening. Okay, so here's the book. Let's take a look at it. Let me move these things out of the way.
Stay warm, Pat McKinney. That's cool.
Yes, stay in. If you're older, stay in. Minus
If you're
21.
younger,
She's in Canada, though. We would expect that in Canada. So who wants to take a look at the book? Let's take a look. All of this stuff we can put away then. So here's my beautiful bird watching book, and it says, "Blessed are the curious, for they shall have adventures." Okay? It does close like this. I'm going to show you at the end how I'm planning to close it up, okay? And we've got a pocket on the inside. You can look at it with us, honey.
I'm standing here watching, yes.
You bird watching? Because it's a bird watching book.
Well,
Okay,
know.
so I have
No
my bulb.
comment.
I have my bulb pins here. I still have all of my bead stuff out, and I have all of my charms out. So some things that I want to do is I want to see. I thought
What happened to that
I had.
wrench? That was a cool one.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of tools in this one, Larry. No kidding. Here's a nice little heart. Here's a feather. Here's another feather. I think feathers would be fun because I have so many different types of feathers there.
Becca said it's cold in Minnesota. Yes, I bet it is.
There's a teeny tiny bird. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of these bulb pins, B-U-L-B.
Bulb.
It's because they look like a light bulb. And we're just going to take them and we're going to put this on here with, say, one of these little birdies. And then we're going to...
It's a bird book, right?
Yeah, and then we're going to clip it. I'm going to clip it onto here like so. Kind of, this is what I was thinking that I wanted to do. It is a feather. So because it's a
Birds
bird...
of a feather flock together?
Yeah, well, and
because
because it's a bird watching book, maybe they collect feathers when they're out watching for birds, right? So I want to give this a use. This didn't have a use before, except for it was party. And you could totally use a clip, like a pinchy clip, and you could clip a photo on this and it would look really pretty. But I just thought this would be kind of fun. I work in odd numbers. I like my pieces, so if I'm putting something on here, it's going to have in threes. So we've got a feather and
hi,
a
Yolanda.
heart.
How are you?
Yolanda is
Yolanda's
here.
here.
So now we have some
We're just here
feathers.
making dangles.
Okay,
Actually, Jimmy Lou's making them. I'm just watching.
something else that you can do is you can take your pieces and you can clip them along the edges. So along the edge here, like so. Okay. Oop. Like I said, my eyes are not. So that way when it's outside of the book, it has that happening too. So here's this. Maybe that's his feather, right? Maybe he collected the feather. Who knows? This goes in here like so. Look at how pretty. I think I want to do some more clippings of some things here. Hang on a second. I have a lot of these leaves. Also, I think something good to put on here is I have some music notes. Because, you know, birdies, they do all that singing and stuff. And perhaps maybe we want to add some music notes. So there we go. Look at how pretty. Oh, parent-teacher conferences. So don't be afraid to clip some things on that look real pretty. I think on this one it needs something because it just keeps sort of flopping around and it's driving me bonkers, you guys. So sometimes even your pearls that you get, sometimes even their little holes will fit onto, this is going to make a liar out of me. If the hole is big enough, it may slip right on there. Let's see. There we go. And that'll give it just enough weight to hold it, that it stops flopping under like that. Ooh. I'm going to have to stand up to close that because I can't see it.
Sherry Comer saying about the dog doesn't want to go off. That's funny. I'm an African dog. What are you thinking, man? What are you thinking, Mom?
Exactly. What you thinking about
I
there,
can hardly
Mama?
see this. I'm too far away from the phone.
You can pull it closer. You can read comments. That's okay.
I have been. If you
I
haven't noticed.
know. Okay, so we're just looking for places we want to put little charms and all of the things. So even these little things here, you can add a little charm to those.
There is something I do like about the cold because the ground freezes and then you can plow a lot easier. Other than that, my plow digs in.
That's true. Okay, so I'm going to put this charm on. So tell me when you see it that you get it. That you get why I'm putting this on here. and just right through those holes. And it just gives a little charm. You're learning a lot today. Good. So even if you have things at the top or the bottom, you can clip onto those things.
Why are you putting that on there? Is that...
See what it is?
I can't tell what it is.
Here, I'll whisper.
Oh, it's a kitty cat.
I didn't want you to say it. I wanted to see if they got it.
Oh.
All right. So even on things that will hang out,
what the game was.
that's okay. I have to inform you next time. Oops, I lost my little music.
Maybe I should go back to my shipping. You know that.
All right. So right on here, like so. So invoices are out, you guys. If you get them paid by what do you want to say for tomorrow?
Tomorrow noon.
Noon tomorrow, your packages will go out.
If not, it'll be Friday.
It was too fast. I was trying to be fast, and Larry's over here giving it away.
I didn't know there was a game to it. I didn't figure that out. Sorry, Debbie.
Okay, so I'm okay with trees because why? Because the birds live in the trees.
Okay.
Right, so don't be
You have
afraid
any bugs in there because birds eat bugs.
Well, I had a butterfly, and I was like, I think maybe. Yeah, I just thought a kitty cat would be cute because there are cats in this book.
I see the cats over there jumping up, thinking about trying to get the birds.
Yeah, this is a song. All the red birds fly away when the cat comes out to play. I don't know how the music goes to it. I'm not that very musical. Oh, you gonna try and figure it out?
I think I could if I tried.
Okay, so I have. Here's a birdie. Oh, this is a birdie bead. Will this fit on here? It will. It will. Let's try this. Right here in the center.
Molly said we couldn't see it anyhow. Thanks, Molly.
Yeah, Molly's always going to stick up for you. You do know that, right?
Molly's my friend.
And just slip that back through there and close this up. Oops. Just like so. And then we have a little birdie. Cute, cute,
so
cute.
Too fast for my eyeballs. Does that mean the hand's quicker than the eye?
It must have been. It must have been. So I'm definitely using a lot of charms in this book. But I definitely think I want to do another kitty cat, you guys. And let's put this kitty cat on right here. So just because something's a bird watching book doesn't mean you can't put other things in it, right, Larry? There's this.
Well, I'm learning.
You're learning a lot too, aren't you? I knew it. I knew you were learning a lot. I'm liking these feathers. These feathers are probably some of my favorite to be using here. And I'm just clipping them around. Hello, Roxanne.
It's 14 inches and 8 inches of snowfall in Nashville. Ooh, that's pretty.
8 inches. That's where. See, it's coming up from the south.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous. Like, I'll be honest.
I'm not worried.
Okay, you know what else
drive, we'll travel. We'll make it there if we have to go somewhere. But
here's a little butterfly.
If we don't have to go somewhere, we won't go.
And I think we can put a butterfly on this one.
I know Sunday when we were headed up to your brother's house.
The sky was so black.
On the left, going up, yes. And the state trucks were sitting on the exits of 81.
It's our little hidden tuck spot. Okay, and this is, look at this. Isn't that pretty? We've got, I think she's fog watching instead of bird watching, but that's okay. We have tuck spots here.
Just got 14 inches of snow in Wisconsin. Wow, that's a lot of snow, Wendy. I hope we don't get 14 inches here. Although we don't have much snow here, so we can't complain.
Oh, you know what? Let's put a little key here.
W. Zerkefert says she likes how you put the charms on the page.
So I have a little key. So maybe it's the key to his little backpack thing here, or her little backpack. Tuck those under there now that it's dry. And don't be afraid to go like in the middles of things either. Because that's just fun. Okay, so we're back to this part. Oh, I knew that was going to stick. There we go. We're back to this part here. So I want to put just a couple of charms on this one.
Pat says she just talked to the guy who was plowing my lane, and there was 5 foot of snow in my lane. Wow. I guess we'll be going through the field. Ooh, I guess it just drifts really heavily up there. Wow. Just stay safe, Pat.
Yeah, even stay in. It's okay if you stay in. All right, and remember something. This is a cloth cover. These are lace pockets. You can add things to those places, too.
Jamie said she's from Wisconsin, too. Stay safe, everyone.
Oh, there's that advertisement.
See that.
All right, we're going to take a butterfly here, and we're going to attach a butterfly across here. Okay.
Maybe I should have plugged the tractor in.
And we're going to flip this way to our front pocket up here, and we're going to put one there too. Okay. Just like so. All right, so tell me what you think in the comments of the bird watching book, because now it's finished. If you missed the beginning of it, it was filmed on YouTube originally. We did some work in it today to get it to the second half being finished. We got a little bit of a chubby wubby book, which I like. And then it has this button that was going to wrap around here. Let's go 2 times. And then
it is a nice book.
We have this that we can just take and we can wrap right around that big old button.
You're pretty talented there, lady.
And then we have this big long piece here. So at that point, you can put whatever you like there, okay? You can tie a charm on it, a key. You can pin, you know, we can pin a couple. Let's do that. That's a good idea. Let's get 3 different little feathers here. And let's pin them onto there using a bulb pin. And this is going to be it for it. This book will be finished. How do you close that? That ad. That'll drive me bonkers. Thanks, Molly. Thanks, Jamie. Okay, so we're just going to take this one. And we're going to clip, we got 3 different kind of sizes here. Just going to go 1, 2, and 3. And I got to tell you, this was meant to go around here 3 times. I don't know if it's going to go now because of the chubbiness. Oh, I think we can make it. Nope, not quite, but I trimmed some off for something else. So let's just take this and we're going to go around and around. And around we go.
Where she stops, you're going to know.
Yep. Just like so. Then I'm taking this pin and I'm going right through that seam binding. We're just going to nab it. We got 3 feathers on there.
Well, Debbie, that's interesting, studying about knowing the art. I like that study.
So now our book has these charms on the front cover. And that's it. That is it, you guys. That's it. That's it. Huh, Larry? What do you think? What do you guys think? Tell us in the comments if it's you like it. You're gonna do one. Tell me if you're doing one. Oh, I didn't take anything out of there. These go in the room in there.
Patty J. Smith says it's a pretty journal.
Thank you. And I'm just going to put all my things back inside.
Pat McKinney likes the button in the center. I think the button's pretty cool.
I think it's kind of cool, too. Even though, like, you know.
Stephanie Delante says, love it. Hello, Stephanie.
We got like 8 new comments. Look at all them. There we go. All right, so we're going to put all of our tools away. Get these all back inside. Yeah, ta-da!
Oh, okay.
Ta-da!
Tammy says sold.
I know some of you really like it. But you have to wait till Friday, okay? Come back on Friday. We're going to have a sale at 4 o'clock. This bird book right here. I'm trying to make room so I can show you. This bird book right here. And where's my other one? You got it. This bird book right here. These 2 bird books will both be up for sale. This one we did just a...
Oh, that's actually a bird they put on there, huh?
Yeah, it's a pin. It's a pin. So this is a tall and skinny, and this is a regular size. Both of them are equally as beautiful books, and I'm excited. So you're a birder, and you really like both. Oh, thank you. I'm working for a friend's birthday. I'll use what I've learned here. Oh, great. That's awesome. You want a square of the quilt. Okay, Vonna, message me because I sent you an invoice or I sent you a message about the pick-a-card. Just let me know that you want a square of it also. What she's talking about is we have pieces from the same quilt. Let me show you that we did this book out of. Okay. Oops. Scooch that out of there. Some of them have this this frilly piece to it. Some of them have this shabby part to it.
There's a lot of different pieces.
There are some.
They all accent your book a different way.
Oh.
But the same colors.
Yeah. And see, they're just different ways the squares got cut. And then the insides are all of this. And you're getting a piece big enough to create a journal the same size as what I just made. Oops. Beads are falling, you guys. They're $15. And then it costs about $4 to ship them if you're not already getting something else. If you're getting something else, then we charge pretty good with shipping. So,
Pieces are pretty rough.
Yeah, I usually scoop them in my hand afterwards. But look at this one, how pretty this one is. With the pretties. They can see you doing that.
I'm just trying to get them out. I don't want them in my foot tonight.
Well, who walks out here in their bare feet?
You do?
I do not.
Not in the wintertime we don't, but in the summertime.
Okay, Stephanie. I don't have anything to write this down with.
They're all right there.
Stephanie Delate. Anybody else want a quilt piece? Speak up. And Larry will write you down. Stephanie Delate wants one. They're $15, you guys. If you say you want one, am I in your way? Well,
no, not much.
I can invoice you tonight, and we can have them in the mail tomorrow, depending on if you pay your invoice tonight or not.
There's that little piece. I got it.
When I picked this up, look.
It bothered
oh boy, look, here's another
bothered
one.
Me, you know what I'm
Here's
saying?
another one. Look out.
How do I put up with it?
I don't know. I don't know. Today was a holiday. Pat McKinney, today was our holiday. Carrie King Hall.
Carrie King.
I thought we put... I did. Okay. Write her down. That's okay. She wants a second one.
She wants two?
Yeah. No, just write one. I know she already got one, but she wants a second one. So if we have any left, they'll be in the sale on Friday. Do you guys want another sneak peek of what's coming on Friday? Should we give them a sneak peek, Larry? These ones they have to wait till Friday for, though. I'm going to make them wait. What do you think?
I guess we'll see.
So Friday we have journal cover quilted pieces.
I haven't got mail in 2 weeks. Oh, no.
Oh, goodness.
We did ship stuff out to Pat.
I don't know if she's talking about us or just mail in general. Okay.
No, I know she's
now,
talking
don't
about
go
mail.
saying you want these because you'll have to...
I would like one.
Kim Fogel.
Got you, Kim.
Okay, these ones you can't get till Friday. We have some Americana that will make a really beautiful 4th of July, Memorial Day, just that vintagey, rustic
they're
look.
pretty nice.
I like this one. I'm keeping one for myself.
It's quality stuff, too. It's very nice.
I'm keeping one for myself. These are this is a hand pieced or hand quilted piece. I think it's machine pieced, but it's quilted by hand, or at least it has some quilt stitching by hand. That's one. We have some beautiful white pieces that are going to be available on Friday, and we'll have pretty many of these, you guys, that you can do with anything. Okay, so we're going to talk about this in 1 second because I told you I had some things to show you. And then these ones I have to stitch yet. So sometimes I have to take them to the sewing machine because they come apart. But this is going to be we're going to do a baby junk journal. This is coming up. And this is just enough to make a cover, you guys.
Put some of your grandchildren
baby
or
pictures
in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Moments.
I'm just feeling like because it's that vintage, like, I don't know, like 80s, 70s, 80s, that it's just kind of cool. Okay? So, let's talk about this for a second. Because I told you, my Bev book, I was not very happy with the cover. And then I wanted to do something different. So, let me show you what I'm going to do. The blue cover that I made, we'll make something else with. Okay? So this is white quilt fabric. And then I have, here's the hankies, okay? So what I want to do is I'm going to use the blue on the cover. And because it's going to be a ladies' journal, we're going to take it, we're going to pleat it, we're going to fold it, we're going to make it look like a dress on the cover, like so. And we're going to get that cameo pin. And the cameo pin is going to go on the top. So, my grandmother made my daughter a baby quilt out of that years ago, right? Some of you guys are going to want it just because it's nostalgic. So the cameo is going to go here, and this is going to look like a dress, and this is how my cover is going to be. Junk in the Trunk by Maddie is here. Miss Maddie, who likes birds. We just finished up our bird book. Our bird watching book is done, Miss Maddie. No, I'm not selling it till Friday. I'm going to auction it on Friday. I mean, always...
Yeah, look how good that goes with the material.
It does. It does. It just matches, like, perfectly. And then we just put some pearls, and then we went through the whole thing, and we added a bunch of, like, feathers and birds and stuff to it, so...
When I married this lady, she always had to have all of her clothing matching her shoes and her socks. Everything always had to match.
Look at me now. I'm in, like...
I remember that, though.
I'm in hot pink, hot blue, fluorescent yellow, and my socks are purple and blue. They don't match today. So yeah, so I'm changing how I'm doing my cover using this white quilted piece, you guys.
You weren't happy with that.
I just wasn't. And I think I'm going to be a lot happier doing Bev's book with this. So, all right, you guys, have a really good night because we've been on quite a while. If you're watching this replay on YouTube, come on over to Facebook and give us a follow there. And if you're not subscriber over on YouTube and you're watching here on Facebook, head on over to YouTube, find the Messy Craft Corner, and you can see how we made the journal. I'll be live there this week again, and we're going to be starting a new journal cover over there, even though Facebook is a finishing week. So come tomorrow, we're going to be finishing something up at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I will see you then. You guys all have a good rest of your day. Remember to always be kind, because you never know what someone's going through. And I'll see you all real soon, okay? Bye, guys.